that does tie us in to our third story. Because the third story, of course, is with all of these castings, we've now got to talk about, well, who's going to play Lex? Where does Lex Luthor come from? So, with that, you got this, yeah?
Yeah.
Superman Legacy casting update reveals potential Lex Luthor choices. Potential. This is not confirmed the way Corn Sweat and Brosnan are.
Yeah.
Superman Legacy casting update has revealed who some of the possible choices for Lex Luthor could be, as well as how far along the DC movie screen tests are. So the Hollywood Reporter published an article delving into Superman Legacy's screen test process, further confirming previous reports that claimed Nicholas Hoult, David Corenswet, and Tom Brittney were auditioning for Clark Kent Superman, while Emma McKay and Rachel Brosnan and Phoebe Denver were auditioning for the part of Lois Lane. The Superman and Lois Lane actors and actresses were apparently in makeup and wardrobe for their respective parts. Holt, Brittney, and Corenswet did further screen tests shortly after, while only McKay, returned for further Lois Lane screen tests, though the outlet sources note that this is not indicative of McKay being the frontrunner. The report notes that there's a short list of Lex Luthors as well, and their brothers Alexander and Bill Skarsgård are in the running to play Luthor. It's unclear if Holt, who originally wanted the villainous part, will also try out for Luthor alongside Superman. Members of the DC supergroup The Authority are also being cast as Superman Legacy's world, who will reportedly already have superheroes existing in it. Now, that last part I find particularly interesting. But AJ, seems that we've got now a choice between the Skarsgård brothers, Bill Skarsgård, he of It fame and he of the recent John Wick 4 villain fame, and Alexander Skarsgård, he of Tarzan and the Northman fame, and potentially Nicholas Hoult as well, if the rumor is to be believed. What do you think of these castings?
See, Alexander
Rumors.
Skarsgård, just checking out his picture again, and he's saying being Tarzan could have been a good call for a Superman. You know,
Hmm.
it's a decent build and whatnot. Now, looking at Bill's picture as well, like he also has, sometimes I just look at it, just seeing myself that refresher, and I did Google it just there. It gives me a good, he gives me a good Lex Luthor story. Now, it would have been interesting if you'd cast both brothers as, Cain and Abel, as it were. one as
Yeah.
Superman, one as Lex. It's interesting. I don't know if I'd want Nicholas Hoult as. I'll be honest. When that name comes up, I don't know if I would want him as a Lex. He's an interest. I like Nicholas Hoult, but
Me
he
too.
has an interesting style of acting, which I don't know how it would work in that villainous role. You know, don't get me wrong. He's got good style, but I don't know. Um, yeah, if I had to, out of the three that I was listed there, Bill Skarsgård would be my
Hmm.
my ultimate choice. Just the way I feel based on just visual presentation. On an outsider look, it's really weird. I don't want to go back into a previous life, as it were. But Jesse Eisenberg done really well. You know, he actually knocked it out of the park, and that would be something. But I understand that if we're rebooting, let's reboot. Let's leave the past where it be. It's interesting. I can't directly think, so I will. Based on that, I will leave it as Bill Skarsgård would be my ideal choice based on what's been listed.
I'm very much going to agree with you on this. I think Bill Skarsgård is an inspired bit of casting to play Lex Luthor. My dream choice will always be Bryan Cranston.
Of
Heisenberg
course.
himself, I think, as Lex Luthor would be chef's kiss. But I think that ship has sailed, unfortunately. I Bill, from although I'm not a fan of the It movies, yes, I know, Burn the Witch. I'm not a fan of the It movies. He's good in them, and he was very good as the villain in John Wick 4. Although why they cast a Nordic guy to play a French villain is still a bit beyond me, but hey, we move on and we live. Um, he was really good in that. So he's got the reputation of being able to carry villain roles very, very well, and he has a villainous presence about him. I don't see what they're angling with Alexander Skarsgård. Like for me, he's exactly as you said. He's more of a Superman type than a Lex Luthor type. I don't see that one. I do see it with Nicholas Hoult, very, very much so. But he's got some making up to do to me after what I saw in that Renfield movie.
Fair enough. I can also understand.
Not good. Not good at all. But I want to know from you guys, as always, what do you think? Who would be your dream casting for Lex Luthor? And who would be, of these three, who would be your pick? Bill or Alexander Skarsgård, or indeed maybe Nicholas Hoult?